Hello and welcome to this quick introduction of Salesforce Explorer. So it's a Chrome extension for Salesforce admins and developers. So it's very easy to get started. So you can go through the documentation here to find some information about it. If you're really ready to get started, you can go here into the installation. So basically, you have to install the Chrome extension. So here I already have it installed, but you will have the install button from here. And then afterwards, you'll just have to refresh your Salesforce org, and then you will have this small icon on the right hand side. So while you click on there, the first time you connect, you will see this those images telling you a little bit about some of the features about the system. And also a little like Salesforce, because Salesforce Explorer tends to implement the Lightning design system. You'll find a number of menus that you can use to explore different aspects of the application. So let's get started with one feature you probably know about, which is the Object Manager. So the Object Manager in Salesforce Explorer is similar to the Salesforce Object Manager in the setup that you know. The difference here is that from the setup, you'll find different information, right? Information about your object, the usage of your object by categories. So here you can filter out with a core object, with a custom object, and so on. This is definitely possible from here. You'll find information also about the permissions that are required that enables you to access those objects. Information about the associated pages, associated triggers, and some information about the shred. So in a way, it's a combined view of different information. It's very easy to access with a traditional setup. From here, you can use the global search, and it will help you find out the different information. I mean, the search across all the fields, and it will let you find the object you want to zoom on, similar to the setup again. So let's zoom into the insurance policy object. So one thing you will notice from here, a number of tabulations, right? Similar to the Salesforce setup, but on the main entry point, you can see the relations. So insurance policy is an object here in my org, so this is more demo org. I have only 25 objects, but it's related to some other object, right? One that you probably know, which is the account, which represents an individual or a legal entity, and that's here. But you'll see all the relations. Sometimes some of the relations there will be with a different type of arrows, which will represent the master detail relations or the lookup relations, right? And that's just a different way to represent the relations. So that's if you want an overview of the different relations. And again, similar to the setup, you can browse and see the different aspects of your objects. One important aspect is the fields. So the fields on relations of your objects. On the fields, what's can be interesting from here. You can find out the different permission sets. Here there is just one permission listed here, but you will see there is different ways to that you can allow users to access this standard field. You can see from here the different permissions that can be used to enable either writing or reading this particular field. So that's available from here. You have a number of columns, and you can figure out, if you want to use criteria like this. There is plenty of options, such as you see grouping the fields. So you can only filter by groups. So here I have 5 booleans, I have 11 strings, right? Which can be interesting, depending on the type of visualization you want to do, or if you simply want to you use a report, you can pivot the data, right? On it, you can easily pivot the data the way you will you do see a bit like Excel. So the many aspects, right, that can be used. This table that we see across the board into Salesforce Explorer. One aspect is the Lightning page, the Lightning record pages, and again, the same principle. You can access it from here. Every time you see a record like this, you can jump into the detail of the record, which will give you additional information. You get through this a little later. There is a layout, so here you have a standard layout on the compact layouts. There are some triggers, so here there is no Apex trigger, right? But there are two flow triggers, right? There are flows that would be triggered when something occurs on this particular object. So this can be interesting. Associated permissions that you can use to access this object. So the traditional permission on profile that you see in the setup, but also the permission sets on if they are in actually a permission set group. You can see from here. But those are the permission sets that can allow you to here read the object or edit the object. So this, if you give one user this particular permission set, you will be able to edit the object. Right? So that's for the permissions. You have some sharing. So here there is no sharing rule on this object. You can see, for example, on the account object, let's see the sharing rules associated. The limit is a similar information we see in the setup. You can find the related list. Those are the related list again, same that you see. I'm not even sure you can see that in the Salesforce setup, but that's quite important information for us to be able to know how to write nested SQL queries. So we'll see that a little later. You have the Data Raptor. So Data Raptor is a studio capability, and here we retrieve all the Data Raptor that are associated with this object. The idea being you can find a view, right, and make sure you don't duplicate, right? You will use correct information when you design your Data Raptor. But that's just another element that's associated with a particular object that can be interesting to visualize. And lastly, but most important, are the list views. So from the list views, you can find directly the record that are inside of this particular object. So you can open this. So like every other aspect of the system. From here, I just clicked on open. And here, this is the associated SQL that's associated with this view, and that's exactly what happened in Salesforce when we try to access this. So those are the same columns you see in Salesforce, but here, I guess you can directly work on those items like opening it in Salesforce or opening it directly into this particular UI. For example, here I'm opening this insurance policy and retrieving the technical information about the fields. There are some fields that you can edit directly from here, but that's more or less the technical information on the fields. And you can find as well the rated list, right? So this particular insurance policy is related with some participants, right? Is related with some producers and so on. So this here, this particular capability lets you find the participant, right? And using if you want the information on the related list to figure out or what data needs to be provided into this particular list. So That's mainly all from the object manager in a couple of minutes. Then you have the search capability. So this is a kind of technical, but this can be helpful for you to write your own SQL queries, right? So you get access to very precise information where you want. So what's possible as well is to use snippets. So basically, snippets are sample requests. For example, here searching for permission, you have snippets for some other element like searching for accounts. And there are a number of capability, right? Also, you can have auto completion, right? The density is already there, but obviously the country and stuff like this. That can be interesting, right? To retrieve additional information from your org. So what if I go back here into the feature? One interesting aspect is the multi-org. If I click there, it's telling me I have only one org connected. And so I'm going to show you how easily you can connect another org and actually compare data across orgs, which can be important. So here I'm going to connect to this additional org, and this time I'm going to again use SF Explorer. And now you see I have two orgs connected, as easy as this, right? And you can see the URL of these different orgs. On the top hand side, you can see the user that I used to connect to the different org. So that's available from here. So now if you search again for your accounts, you will see accounts into both orgs, right? There is an account here that I've done on the Super Badge, and there is some accounts I have on the other org. So this is available across all capability into the SF Explorer, the ability for you to be able to compare records inside or into different orgs. That's something that you can do from here. So for example, let me compare these 4 items. Right? I'm just going to compare those 4 items. And here you have the information on those 4 accounts. So this is, remember, the account that I have onto the Lightning component specialty Super Badge org, right? And this is the 3 accounts I have into my other org. So basically, there is much more information into to this org. I'm not even sure this is something correct into this org, but anyway, you can see the information on the summary of what's been available from here. Only 22 fields filled on this particular account. Right. So that's one way to do that. Also, something you can do is retrieve the different relations into those orgs to get an overview about the relationships, right? You have into your systems. So it computed all the relations and found 15 relations that have data on those 2 accounts. So, for example, John Doe, here you can see it has 3 claims. It has 4 cases, and Art has 5 cases and 4 claims. So you can click there and retrieve the data about the claims or the case. Right? And you can do the same for all of the related data on any record, not necessarily limited to account. That can be interesting as well. So to review the security, you can use this particular entry point. So either the security overview, where you can go and look into the different aspects of the security. What I like to do, for example, is jumping the users. So those are the users that start logging my systems. and you can view them and retrieve interesting information, but also you can retrieve permission sets, the fields, on all the securities that's required to access those fields, and retrieve the roles, the cherry rules, manual sharing, and so on. So you can use either this way to navigate into the vault security, or you can directly jump in there. So if you open a particular user, and it works as well with profiles and permissions, you'll find some information about your users. So for example here, again, as we've seen before, the rated list on my users, I can open that, but also on the top hand side, you have information about the object it can access, right? So here I can access those different objects with these different levels. So this one is editable, the other one are variables, different record types on the Apex classes that I can access. And what's interesting is you can retrieve as well the associated permissions, and for each permissions you can check what it gives these users. For example, if I go full screen, right, to get a better view, here I can see that the object level security, it's all coming from this permission set. Right? This is from my profile, and since it's a standard profile, it's not necessarily listed here, but it will be shown if this is configured as a permission set. And we can do the same for as well the record types and the product to record types. This is what you have from this particular permission set. And the same for the field level security. Here I have two objects, right? Product 2 and the plain case. And that's something you can retrieve from here. Right? On the there are some additional detail you can jump in on view from there. Similar views exist for you to compare users and so on. I won't necessarily go into this, but you can play on your deep capabilities, right? Like retrieving the sharing rules and so on. That you can retrieve from there. Some of the aspects of SF Explorer is more towards development, right? You can retrieve information on your code, and sometimes even edit your code. So Lightning Web Components, right, is sorted by the last modification date, but you have also access to Apex, right, Aura, on the flows. The idea again with this is you go across multiple orgs and you compare records with some text comparison. For example, here you can compare different Apex classes, and this time it's not necessarily going record to record, so this not necessarily applicable as this. This is installed code, but you see a side-by-side code on your Apex class or class. It works even well with Flow. So something that can be interesting for you is to retrieve all the custom fields you have in your orgs. Right? For example, here I have only one custom field in my org. It's just a demo org. And for this particular custom field, you can open and retrieve additional information. Something I find interesting is the when you have the right documentation, you have the good description into your fields. So there is a small integration with ChatGPT, so I'll show you right after, or you can give your ChatGPT key. But if you provide a key, you can ask for a better description on your fields. So you can ask, for example, here, ChatGPT on it. It's provided me with some better description, right? This is coming from ChatGPT, and I can, if I'm happy with this, I can even edit this or save this information. Right? And that's being taken care of. If you close this, you see a few seconds ago, this changed the description on my field. And this is now available on my org. So basically, the idea is to get some help on trying to do that into all of your fields, to get the right documentation, maybe something more structured than if you let human do the work. But it's a new feature, so we'll see how it goes. Okay. You have access to also application, you have access to GraphQL, access to the metadata and so on. I won't necessarily go into all the details, but just for you to be able to retrieve information about your code. Another aspect is the DevOps, right? The DevOps entry points. So you can retrieve the different limits of your org. So the API request. So as you can see, this application is kind of consuming a lot of APIs, but you also have a lot usually on your orgs. But yes, it will consume a lot of APIs. You see, I've consumed 12% of my org today is just using those APIs. So it's consuming 4% of permission set and so on. Those are the limits you retrieve in your orgs. Something that can be interesting is to retrieve the timeline. Again, that works across multiple orgs, and you can retrieve information. So this is just coming from the traditional setup and search through this information on the Apex logs. So it's going to show you the different logs. You can do anonymous Apex and so on. Definitely I will go into details. One last part is the industry capabilities. So you can retrieve information about your insurance product in a structured way, right? Where you can see all the information about your product with the attributes, right? On the structured information like this, like the limits and so on. That can be interesting information. You also have information regarding the OmniScript, the FlexCard, and the Data Raptor. And that's just to give you a different point of view about those things can be structured. What I like to do is to regroup this by kind. Right? And here I have different OmniScript, and also you can regroup it by type. And this is maybe a better way to see things. For example, here if you open the code process, right? This is an OmniScript, and there will be a different approach on how we see the data into the OmniScript. Here you go. This is a different step. So initialization steps, the introduction with a blog, and after there's something here where you are reusing another OmniScript, but it's already embedded into here, so you don't have to open another screen to see that there is another step and so on. So this is a bit the idea, and this is structured like this one, where you have access to the configure step, where you have this Lightning Web Component, and after the configure, you do a remote action. Right? Sometimes you just have the Data Raptor, some Data Raptor transform action, and you can directly see this detail from here. Right? For example, read code, you can directly read the code or contact object. And this is interesting. You can directly retrieve information about your objects from here, similar to what we've seen before. So that can be interesting if you want to analyze information about a particular OmniScript process. That concludes this introduction on SF Explorer 1.0. So hopefully this was not too detailed, and this gives you a test about what it can do. So thank you.